Welcome to another episode of Nicolene Nighttime Chronicles. Just kidding. So I'm actually it is nighttime. It's very dark outside. I'm looking out my window, it's pitch black. And I'm doing some work. I'm updating my website because my book's coming out. I'm actually trying to choose a date to do the launch. I will be doing the book and talk show launch this summer 2022. I'm thinking somewhere around July, second or the third week of July, because here in Atlanta, the kids go back to school in August, the first week of August. So I want to make sure I have all those activities out of the way. But I'm here planning my book launch, and I just had a conversation with a friend of mine. And I felt, at the beginning of the conversation, I felt dizzy because this is the kind of person, like, once you pick up the phone, it's like a whirlwind. And it's fun to talk to her, but sometimes I just get tired because I feel like everything is just going so fast. And she was sharing some of the things that she's done and all the things that she has going and all the plans. And I'm like, when do you ever take a minute just to sit and to breathe and just to relax? Do you ever take a minute to put your feet up? She's like, there's no time for that. I have things to do, places to go, people to see. I just can't sit still. And, we had a good conversation. But like I said, I was tired. And she came off the phone, and I thought about all the people I know who are like that, who just they're constantly on the move. And from conversations I've had in the past with most of them, it appears that the main reason why they cannot sit still is because the moment that they're alone with themselves or there's nothing going on, then their mind starts wandering, and they start thinking about just issues that they've dealt with or dealing with, and their mind go down that negative path. I find a lot of times when people just have to keep going is because they're afraid to deal with those thoughts and those images and stories that come up in their head when they're alone. So to avoid all this, they make sure that there's always something going on to distract them. But I feel like that's just kicking the bucket down the road, because at some point you're going to have to deal with these things that you're trying to avoid. And or it's just going to manifest in some negative way, in behavior, in addiction, and I don't mean addiction doesn't mean drugs, but just in making bad decisions sometimes. So I say it's extremely important just to take a moment to sit. And it seems like a monumental task now. It seems like a huge thing to do. But it needs to be done. Just take a moment to sit and let those thoughts come. And I'm always encouraging folks to write things down. Get a journal. Sit. Let those thoughts come. Do a mental or actual physical inventory of where you are right now. The things that you're trying to run away from, you have to face them. It's better to face them now than later in the future. Just sit and let those thoughts come. But always remember that if it's the things of the past that's bothering you, that's holding you back, that's driving you to near insanity or just to always be going, there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about those things. They've happened, can't change. History. What happens in the future is the only thing that you have any control over. Do you always want to keep running, hiding from these things that you're trying to avoid? Is that how you want to spend your life? It's better to take today, let today be day one of your future, and do an inventory of what those things are, what those thoughts are. Where am I today? Not where you were, what you've been, what has happened to you, but where am I now? This very moment. You have to be present in the present. What's happening right now? What do I like about what's happening now? What don't I like about what's happening now? What don't I like about what's happened in the past? What would I like to happen in the future? where do I see myself in the future? I'm not talking about career-wise or anything now. I'm just talking about spiritually, mentally, emotionally, even financially, physically. What do I want in the future? These things that I'm running away from, I can't change them, but I can change what happens in my future. So let today be the day that you take that moment to sit still, be still, and let the thoughts come. Write them down if you have to. And then just remember, there's nothing you can do about those things. What you can do is something about what's to come. So take back your power, take charge of your future today. Don't let anything run you. You run things, things don't run you. And with that thought, I'm going to get back to my work. I'll come on here very soon with a date for the book launch. Not just book launch, talk show launch. So I hope you guys will be joining us at this fantastic event that I'm planning. It's on my head. I'm about to put it on paper. And take a moment and take a rest. Good night.